Look at it.
Thanks
Oh, then never
for
mind.
being here, Tony. We'll do Board of Work.
Andy has a blue shirt on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Everyone didn't get the memo.
didn't we?
And
You in
Mark.
the audience didn't get the memo either. You don't have blue on. Huh? Well, yeah. All right. I'd like to call to order tonight, Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting for June 20th, 2022. Mr. Fetty, can I get a roll call?
Yeah, we got Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
And we got Board Member Tommy Roulette is absent. We got City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
We got President Kelly Milan.
Here.
And myself.
All right, I don't have any announcements for this meeting, Tony, unless you do.
I have none.
All right, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. All right, Mr. Weldon, you got the latest group lobbying contract?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. If it pleases the Board of Public Works and Safety for City of Lawrenceburg, what you have in your packets is a lobbying contract for Legis Group. The Legis Group is here in attendance today, Rhonda Cook and Matt Braze. This contract is to continue their services. We've already engaged them. They've served us very well, and we've paid them to lobby for us just during the session. But based on things that happened at the last session and things that are likely to happen in the next session, and the fact that the next session is a budget session, we feel strongly, and we hope that everyone will agree that it's much better to have them on a year-round basis. And they'll they're going to talk to you a little bit. They're able to answer questions now. We're also going to talk briefly during council, so everyone can ask questions and hear from them. But it was, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's $30,000 for their services for the entire session. This is $15,000 to continue them throughout the year, and then next year we would combine that at $45,000 for the whole year, which is session and off session.
Well, let me add, though, this summer is an important time anyway, because like summer, the committees and things like that, we got, with the budget session coming up in 23, iGaming is going to be a big topic, so we want to make sure we stay on top of that. So, okay, all right. Any questions?
I had none.
Tony? All right, I'd entertain a motion then to approve the professional service agreement with Legis Group Public Affairs. Can you get a motion?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, tower lease extension. Is this for the tower up on Ludlow Hill?
Yes, Your Honor. So this is a piece of equipment that is already up there. The company is called Crown Castle. They've been up there since July 7th, 1997. The agreement contemplated multiple terms of renewal. We have vetted this through our normal process. So what happens is with these tower lease agreements, they pay as part of their permitting. They pay for an expert to review the contract and the lease, and someone who off-site just does this kind of work. So that person's name is Richard Comey. He's done that. He's approved that through John Johnson's office, and in negotiating with the Crown Castle folks. And we also renegotiated, maybe most importantly, the lease amount, the payment amount. So this would start in August and would result in, and they've signed it, notarized it, and result in a new payment term. So if you go down to the First Amendment to option lease, it shows the initial term, shows the new term. They have 13 extensions of 5 years each, starting August 15th, 2002. Then they will pay $32,400 in monthly installments of $2,700 per month. And this would start August 15th of this year.
Is that on, it says something about Ash and William Street, so is that on Hill? I thought that was in town.
No, this,
Or is that the extra land or that extra 1,000 square feet or something they had in there?
no, you're right. This tower is on the one on William Street.
This is one on William?
Yeah.
So it's the one that, on the very end of William there, on William and Center?
Yeah, it's downtown.
Okay.
Okay. Are we gonna will we be getting one for up on the hill?
So the two things are going on up on the hill. One is the Duke Tower,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
brand new.
That's
That's
different.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was getting them too confused.
No,
Okay.
so did I.
Okay, so this is the one on William.
Yeah, this is an
Okay.
existing tower and
I
an
got you.
existing piece of equipment.
Ash and Williams there.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, okay. So we're gonna approve or potentially approve the First Amendment to option and lease agreement.
That's right, Your Honor, and they've already approved it. John and Mario have approved it, and then our representative, Richard Comey, has approved it. So,
Okay.
everyone thinks it's good to go.
Any questions, Tony?
I have none.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the First Amendment to option and lease agreement on the tower lease extension.
So moved.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thanks, Del.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Any other new business for Board of Works? Tony, I don't have anything.
I have none.
I don't have any old business for this meeting either. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have to let Roulette know how easy these meetings go without him.
Yeah.
That's
A
right.
lot easier. Okay, hey, before we get to Parks meeting, I want to read our little blurb here we have to take care of. As a recipient of federal funds in support of Lawrenceburg's efforts to ensure non-discrimination and equal access to all citizens, the city gathers statistical data regarding participants in city activities. Therefore, we have provided a voluntary Title VI public involvement survey at this meeting. You are not required to complete this survey. The form is anonymous and will be used solely for the purpose of monitoring our compliance with Title VI and ADA. It is located in the back corner of the room. Okay. Next, I'd like to call to order the Parks and Recreation Committee meeting for June the 20th, 2022, with a roll call, Mr. Fetty.
Yep, member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Member Tommy Roulette is absent. Member Justin Noppert.
Sir.
Member Lenny Fryman.
Present.
Member Brett Bondurant.
Yes, sir.
City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
President Kelly Malone.
Here.
Myself.
Okay, announcements for the Parks meeting. I don't have any for this one. You all got anything?
I have none.
I have nothing.
If not, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I have no new or old business for this meeting. Anyone have anything they'd like to share?
I'm glad to see the pool's open.
Yeah, thank goodness, right? Well, the pool was open. It's a baby pool, but
Yeah.
they did a good job getting that open, and horrible incident yesterday, but we won't talk about that.
Your Honor, and Justin was involved in this, and Mr. Ouellette was too, but there were some cleanup efforts for the motorcycle track, and this weekend, Brad Massey went to the track and checked it out and said it was great. It was cleaned
Good.
up.
That's wonderful.
I reached out to Megan Benkert and Andrew, their business partner. They responded right away. We were just completely cooperative, had a really good attitude, so they really understand the need to be great neighbors, and so it seems like it's an issue that's taking care of itself. But I appreciate you guys looking into it, and I was happy with how they responded, because they responded in a really good way.
Excellent.
Looked like they had a pretty decent crowd Friday night down
They
there.
did.
They had a big crowd
I
Friday
didn't get
night.
to drive down in through there, but from US 50.
Yeah, we had a ball game at softball game at 6, and me and the girls hung out down there and watched
Good.
40 minutes of racing.
Oh,
It was good.
okay, good.
All kinds of people.
Glad they had a good crowd.
That's awesome.
I'm even happier that they cleaned it up,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
so.
It's hard. I mean, I get it that there's so many people using it and
I get,
right
yeah.
after another, so I think it was an honest mistake.
I'm just glad it's all being used.
It was a busy weekend
No doubt
this
about
weekend.
that.
in
Lawrenceburg had a busy weekend. I'll say a little bit about
Yeah.
that in the council meeting. But yeah, very busy. Okay, anything else, new or old? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I give them a chance.
Motion, I know you did. All right, I'd like to call to order the city council meeting for June 20th, 2022. If everyone could rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call, Mr. Bennett?
Yep, Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Justin Noppert.
Sir?
We got Councilperson Tommy Rodette absent. We got Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Councilperson Brett Mondurant.
Yes, sir.
City Attorney Dale Weld.
Here.
Mayor Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
Okay, before we get into the board reports, I'd like to just make a comment. Many of you, if not all of you, knew Jeff Tart Lacey. Tart was a mainstay around here. He's one of the, I think, the original members of the Arch Street gang, but don't get that mixed up. They're not a gang. It's they do a lot of great things in the city, and I know, Tony, you've been and Lenny, I've known him a long time. And
All my life.
Jeff lost his battle with cancer over the weekend. I found out early Saturday morning, and our prayers go out to the family. He's just, everybody that knew him, number one, he was a phenomenal basketball player. I think he held the scoring record over at Lawrenceburg for many, many years. Just even a better friend, and he was just a good human being. So just keep that family. I think the visitation is Wednesday evening and the funeral Thursday morning. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. So just keep them in your prayers this week. Announcements, board reports, streets, alleys, and curbs, downtown area, Mr. Abbott.
I have none.
Streets, alleys, and curbs, Ludlow Hill area, Mr. Fryman.
Everything's good except where we're coming out of the
There's
park.
No exception.
Well, they need to cut that brush back.
Oh, yeah,
Did everything.
we're gonna do one better. We're gonna, we've got, as soon as we can free up Mr. Haggard, one of the new employees we hired, he's an arborist and a landscaping guy before he came here. Brad's gonna free him up with some of the summer help, and they're gonna go up there and tear all that out and put all new,
Yeah.
the new entrance, the entrance will look
Do
new.
you know how long that's gonna be for, the only reason I asked, they could take and just cut some of them limbs off that's coming out.
It's gonna
when
be
you're going
within a
exit.
week or so.
Okay, cause it's getting everybody complaining about their cars and stuff up
Yeah,
there.
I've dealt with it, I know you
Yeah.
have too, but, yeah, no, it's happening
Okay.
very soon. Yeah, thank you. And there's other things they're gonna do at that front entrance to make it.
It'll be, it can be made look, well, it looks nice, but
Yeah.
it'll be
Exactly.
good.
Anything else up there on the hill?
Everything else looks good.
Okay. Finance, Mr. Bondurant.
No report, Mayor.
Parks and Playgrounds, Mr. Noppert.
Just happy they're getting used.
Oh, my
Full-
goodness, are
full
they
effect.
ever? I seen a bus from, one of those small buses from Rising Sun over at Arch Street today. Then they were over at Parkside Market having ice cream.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and we had a church group, which I talked to you about, come down, and they was over there. And
Oh, at the park?
They're from Georgia, down southern Georgia, and they come up and spent the week, they spent a couple of days, and they said they thought it was phenomenal.
No,
They really loved the park, and they liked our city.
it's all.
I mean,
that's
a
what
bunch
we
of
like.
kids.
We want
Yeah,
them to use it.
yeah,
We want people to visit and then come back, right?
yeah, that's right.
Oh, good. Anything else?
Compliments.
Justin, on the parks?
No, sir.
Fire department report, I think Chief Tremaine sent that out. You guys should have gotten that in the email. I think it was earlier this week. The only announcement I'd like to make is the weather cooperated this past weekend. We had a phenomenal Saturday for Tastes of Summer. And I got reports back early Sunday morning from a couple of different restaurants. They had record days since they've been in existence. And then that's on top of, we had 10 food trucks that they did really good on Saturday. The petting zoo for the kids, the rides for the kids, everything went over well. We had a couple local bands that night, just a really good day and night, but couldn't beat the weather, right? You gotta have good weather to have good events. So anyway, I think that's all I'll say about that, but it was a,
Well,
Good
I do
weekend
got a
in Lawrenceburg.
complaint.
yeah, what's your complaint?
Yeah, I had a complaint.
What's your complaint?
Well, it was about, I don't know, about 7:30. You know, we got a golf cart. Well,
Who
you got a
does?
golf cart. The mayor's got a golf
The mayor
cart.
does not have a golf
So,
cart.
well, now let me finish this story. So we're,
The administration
here I
building has a
am,
golf
walking
cart.
around, I got bad knees, can't hardly walk, and I'm going like this. He turned his head, whoever
didn't
was
get to
driving
sing,
turned
so
their
he's
head,
mad.
looked the other way, zoomed right by me through the alley. So I had to walk another 2 blocks.
Well, next time.
I was hurting my back
listen,
and everything.
As Tony reminded me, the next time we'll let you get up on stage and sing, and then you won't be having all these complaints.
That's
I
what
just
he's
want
mad
to drive the
about.
golf cart.
Yeah, well, we don't know if we're gonna allow that. I don't think you got a license to drive that golf cart. I didn't see you.
You was pretty busy.
Well-
You had a lot on your plate, I'll say.
Well, at least you gave me that much. That's good. Any other announcements, guys?
I have none.
For the group? Okay. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second,
A second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Unusual, we only had one meeting. I couldn't believe it since the last meeting. That's hard to believe. Okay.
Catching up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, new business, it's under Chief Snyder, but I'll speak for him tonight. The LPD petty cash fund ordinance is, and Del chime in wherever you want, but what ordinance number is this?
6.
6?
Number 6.
This is for, as you guys can read it, is for petty cash at the Lawrenceburg Police Department for purposes of interdiction. So, any questions regarding this ordinance?
I have none there.
Okay. Anyone else?
No, sir.
If there are none, I'd entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 6-2022 on the first reading, provided it's a unanimous vote.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. National Police Week, I'll say, I don't know what all he was gonna share, but we sent, I believe, 4 officers out to National Police Week out in DC this year. And it was something we used to do pre-COVID and try to give our officers an opportunity to at least experience it one time. And I seen some of the posts that they made on Facebook of the officers, and it was, they really sort of changed their outlook. I mean, they really enjoyed it, and they wanted me to thank you guys for allowing them to go out there. And then, you know, hopefully we'll be able to send another 3 or 4 next year and let another, you know, group experience it. But they were very appreciative to you guys allowing them to make that trip. And so, but it really did. I mean, and just talking to them, and then actually I read their post before they came home, and I got to talk to them in person. But I could tell it was a very touching time for them. So
Well, I can say it, in the past
Yeah.
administrations, the Board of Works went to Washington DC for National Police Week,
No kidding.
and it was very interesting.
Well, you just give me an idea. I might want to go then. We might want to go.
I don't know, it's a busy time of summer for me.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know that, Tony.
Yeah,
That'd be
but
great.
it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah. Very touching. Good.
Did you guys get your pictures that were emailed to us on that? Some of the, it sent some
Yeah.
pictures over to us.
They did. That's right. They did. It's good. Okay. Next up, lobbying update. Miss Rhonda Cook and Matt Brossi. Thanks for coming down tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Mayor and Dell and council members, and for consideration of our contract renewal. We appreciate that. I'm Rhonda Cook. Matt Brozzi, we're Legis Group Public Affairs. We're 2/3 of the team here today. We have another partner, Matt and Ron Breimeyer are partners of the firm. Just want to give you a little bit of background about us. Previous to me coming to Legis Group, I was at AIM for 13 years. It was the Indiana Association of Cities and Towns. Matt and I have worked together for years, since we were probably in our 20s, right? And worked together at Indiana Association of Cities and Towns together as well. I served some time at the Indiana Economic Development Corporation and was bond counsel at Ice Miller, and then I've worked for some contract lobbying firms and local government groups as well. Matt, I'll give you an opportunity to kind of share your background.
Yeah, thanks, Rhonda, and thank you, folks. Appreciate the opportunity to represent your interests this coming session and over the summer and last session. I've been affiliated with the General Assembly for 30 years, started with the House of Representatives in '89. As Rhonda said, I had 10 years with the Association of Cities and Towns. That's really where I cut my teeth with municipal government, and really loved the opportunity with there, because it was Republicans and Democrats coming together to try to push good municipal government, and sometimes that was not as easy as we would have liked, but I really enjoyed the opportunity there. And then I had the opportunity to join Legis Group Public Affairs about 14 years ago, and boutique lobbying firm, about 20 clients, and we've got the relationships up and down with leadership on both sides of the aisle, and including your representation with Senator Perfect, and I think you're getting a new representative based on new maps with Randy Linus, and you're losing Randy Fry, but good people, and we've got those relationships up and down through the General Assembly. Really anticipating the governor calling them back any time now for a special session to take $1 billion out of the surplus and kick that back to Hoosier taxpayers. We were anticipating that happening before the end of the month. Now we're hearing maybe after the July 4th holiday, so we'll be there.
Yeah, a little bit about lobbying being a year-round. You think of it during the session, and that's really when, it plays out. But there's a lot of work, and most of the work is done during the interim. We just had a technical corrections day on May 24th. There was a veto override of a bill, and the Legislative Council met to determine what issues would be studied during the summer and during the early fall. That's when a lot of the legislation kind of gets formulated, and we want to make sure that we have input on all of that. There's also the process of getting to know the legislators. We're going to have several new people. We're going to have a new Ways and Means chair, because the Ways and Means chair, Tim Brown, is retiring, which is, a big part of the gaming picture and how the distribution may happen and that influence. In the House, they have 2-year terms. There are 13 people retiring or they were defeated. There will be 39 contested races in November. For the Senate, they have a 4-year term. There's 25 of them that are up. 4 of them retired or were defeated, and there are 13 contested races there. So we have a lot of people to get to know, and what we've been doing, over the summer, pretty much right after session ended, was attending fundraisers and getting to know some of these new folks that are going to come on. So a lot of it is about building relationships, and that process happens now. It just all plays out during the session. I know you wanted to say something about iGaming.
Yeah, just to touch base on the summer study committees, there's probably 20 summer study committees that have been identified. They have not named any of the members to those committees yet. That'll happen in the next month or two. Yeah, gaming, very important, obviously, to Lawrenceburg. We think the next piece of gaming legislation coming down the pike will be iGaming, which will allow you to, create an account, sit on your couch at home and play blackjack or roulette or whatever you want to, iGaming. The Hoosier Lottery is interested in iGaming as well. They made a late play last session to make that happen. There's a coalition of folks that weren't really appreciative of that and, needed to be vetted a little bit, so we were able to stop that, but they'll be back as well. John Ford out of Terre Haute, Senator John Ford's kind of the go-to guy on the iGaming legislation, so we've got a good relationship with him. And fiscal impact, there was 2 bills filed this year. Fiscal impacts on both of those bills had revenue coming back to host communities, so that's a good thing, and we'll keep an eye on that and make sure that stays in play.
Yeah.
And we like the money coming back.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, just to give you an example too of something that you're dealing with, I know here when we were watching this bill is about the utility receipts tax. And that's just an example of, they don't really clearly spell out every detail of how the legislation is actually going to be implemented. So with the utility receipts tax, that was House Enrolled Act 1002, it said that this, for political reasons really, that the state was going to repeal that tax, and you were the collector of the tax and passing it through the state. And now you have to reduce your utility rates based on that tax being repealed, and then notify the customers that you're lowering their rate for that reason. So implementing that is kind of, how do we do that? Everybody sends out a little bit different bill, whether it's a postcard or what does the municipal bills look like? And so we're continuing to work with municipalities and with you to, answer any questions you might have about how that actually gets implemented. So just an example there of legislation that passes, but we continue to go back and perhaps get tweaks on legislation, or it never is a perfect product when it passes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it cost us quite a bit just to save $1 or $2. That was,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
if,
right.
if you dug into each utility,
Not a lot of money.
what they had, oh no, we've already got the numbers back. It's very, very small
Yeah,
from what we paid to have this calculated and figured out.
right. Plus your professionals and everybody else, right?
They
That's,
should've paid- they
The
should've
ROI
paid
isn't
us
very
for it.
good on that.
I'm not sure they should have figured out a little something better
And
there.
I would just close by saying that, as we get through the summer and the summer study committees going into a budget session, it's the long session, 4 months, could be close to 2,000 pieces of legislation filed. Probably half of those have an impact to municipal government. Half of those sometimes are, a negative impact to municipal government. So you'll get a lot of information. We'll give you as much as you want, and we'll be there sun up to sundown, hanging on the marble floors in the State House and looking after your interests, so we appreciate it.
Well, and these guys help tell our story, and we feel so strongly that we have a great story to tell. I think that for a long time, the danger was that casino host communities had too much money, or this was just free money. That's really not the case. I mean, we have created our city around hosting the community and being a host. We've added infrastructure. We've sunk most of our money into streets and alleys and curbs and utilities, police force, fire force, emergency utilities. So all of that's designed so that we can host this casino in the best way and make them successful. And so it really is a relationship. And anytime things happen at the State House that affect the gaming structure, and we've experienced it all. I mean, from the very beginning in 2016, they did away with what was called the head count, and they modified the way that the taxation occurs to not be based on people coming in and out. Well, that's a big change, because then it really starts to not count the way it used to for 30 years of gaming. And then every session, it's just a little bit, whether or not there's going to be hold harmless. And for us to not have an active voice and not have an active group, and to just kind of sit back and read about what happened in Mark Emerald's newspaper, that just really hurts us, because we feel like we're a leader in terms of host communities, We feel like we should be in Indianapolis saying, look, this is what gaming revenue does in a really positive way. We use it to do wonderful things for people in our community. We use it to help the casino be successful, and we share it regionally, right? So that's the story of a great casino host community, a great partner with the casino, and that's who we think Lawrenceburg is. So these guys go and spread that message around. They tell us, who are the important people to talk to. They get us in the meetings in the basement of the State House that we would never be able to find our way to ourselves. And kind of with sports gaming, we felt like something just happened and we weren't really in control of it because of the way that the sports, they were smart. They snuck it in a way that made it feel like at least the
11th hour.
legislature, yeah. And they said it wouldn't be much money and it's not going to affect things. Well, they're making hundreds of millions of dollars off sports gaming, and we just can't let that happen with iGaming. And that's why, the mayor is always talking to the right people and exercising, his relationships. You guys do the same thing. You guys were just at American Power Conference. You guys go to Indianapolis. So when people think about Lawrenceburg, they can say, hey, I met Lenny Fryman, Mark Fetty, Justin.
That's all you
Tony.
need to know is you met Lenny.
That's right.
Fryman.
Yeah, I met Brett.
If you met me, you'll remember.
Yeah, but that's what it's about. It's about
fact.
It's not about them making up a message for us. It's just about, hey, get to know us, and you'll see that we do wonderful things in Lawrenceburg, and it's true. It's true every single day. You guys see it, but we want people in Indianapolis to see it.
I've got a lunch coming up with Chip Perfect to
Okay.
talk about a coalition.
Good.
But no, I'm looking forward to continue working with y'all too. So
Yeah.
and if you guys during session or you hear of anything prior to session, bring it to mine or Dell's attention, and we'll go directly to them and say, hey, what do you know about this, or who can you put us in contact when we're in Indianapolis to talk to this person or whatever. And that's what it's about, is getting to know the right people and talk to the right people that are going to be the decision makers, right? And that's what we depend on these folks for, is to lead us in the right direction. So, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Okay. Next item I want to bring it for your attention is we had talked about this before, but we had tabled it, I believe, because we wanted the planning and zoning to pass it first. This was the lot split on 70 East High, which is up across from Funny Farm, I believe, right there in that area. So this is back on our agenda to approve. Planning and zoning has already approved it. Right, Tony? You
Yes.
remember that? Yeah. Any questions about that? That was in the back of the lot there that they had to take care of some things. Okay, if no questions, I entertain a motion to approve the 70 East High Street lot split.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item you'll see in your packet is the donation committee recommendations. The only one was for funding or fundraiser for Community Mental Health Center. It's Goofy Golf on July 15th. My brother's birthday, so I'm sure he'll be playing, and he is one goofy person. So I guarantee he'll be playing. But anyway, any questions about that one?
I have none.
And you know which brother I'm talking
I
about.
know which brother you're talking about.
Okay. If not, I entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Guys, I have no other new business for tonight. Any old business? Any of
I
you
can't
all?
think of any.
If not, I'll entertain any comments from the audience.
Yeah, my neighbor.
You go right ahead, Lee.
Okay, I'm the big audience here.
Yes.
My neighbor wants to know why they're not having free lunches at Central School this year for the kids.
Yeah, they lost the funding for that. It was some kind of grant program.
They don't have the money to do it.
That was, yeah, the school applied for that grant every year, and I don't know, did they lose it, or was it?
I don't think they exist anymore. I don't think.
Is that what it is?
I think they changed the way it's funded.
I tell her they didn't get a
And
grant.
we were made aware of that late. Obviously, I mean, we understand, you know, we've got a lot of kids that,
Listen,
maybe
my neighbor's
depends on that.
My neighbor's got like 4 or 5 grandchildren. She takes the pool every day.
Yeah.
You go to lunch and go to the pool.
Okay.
And she said, oh, by the way, she said there's a crack in the pool.
Crack.
No.
Better not be no crack.
Not anymore. We fixed it.
I never heard anything about that. She-
Yeah, pool's up and running, thank goodness.
Yeah. I know she's done it every day. It must be working.
Yeah. But I know there's other groups also looking at the lunch issue for next year for the summer
Okay.
program. So,
Thank you.
thank you. Anybody else? If not, no more comments from the audience, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion approved. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Lee, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lou.
That's a good question, Lee.
There's one we could almost answer.
You want some water? I can get you water.